I never called them disaster paintings myself. I always called them events because the crash or the event had already happened, like the closing of the steel mills and the burning down of the tenements. But the repercussions were really the catastrophe of the aftermath, not the actual thing. So I call them event pictures, but for some reason, as they entered the world, everyone started referring to them as disaster paintings. So, which is what they are. They are disasters, but in a broader sense than simply a car crash or a train wreck or something. These were chemical spills. These were burning down of neighborhoods. This was the gutting of the industrial base. People had in mind what they wanted to call them, and I decided that disaster pictures, it fits the bill. The process came out of working in construction and being involved with artists who worked inside buildings. So I decided to pick up the floor, use linoleum as a base, which was our landscape inside buildings in New York, and inlay imagery into it. But I would end up cutting the tile out into the shapes I wanted and filling it with tar and then cleaning it off. And as I did that, it made these sepia swirls that reminded me of Turner and these kinds of sooty, gritty imagery. And the colors were always the same, yellow and blue tile and the black tar. And the black tar made the scrumbling and the sepia colors that you see swirl around inside it. So that's really the process, was cutting, burning, and slopping. The thing that drives a great painting is paradox. So I have the difference between things that are dissolving and the structure that they're built on. And the structure is firm and hard and made of materials that your building is made out of. And the surface is fragile and melted. So there's a paradox inherently built into the painting. And same with the flowers in a different way, because you have the paradox of vase and flowers. The vase you can use over and over and over again, but the flowers you can't. The power of a painting isn't the size per se, it's the size of the image within the size you use, the scale. Poison Nocturne is an image of a chemical spill under the Goethals Bridge that spans between New Jersey and Staten Island. And it was such a serious spill that they had to evacuate 4 or 5 square miles of New Jersey. So I was looking at the photograph of it in the New York Times, and all of these in the newspapers are passing. You look at these things, there's an article, and you go on to the next thing. So I decided that these kinds of images were things that actually people should have to confront.